And we are back on this, I had to think what day it was, Wednesday morning. Miss Hollywood with us this morning, Holly Presnell Wood. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. I'm recovering at this point.
So. You are? She came in, her hand's in a little, it looks like a cast, but then you cut your fingers almost off, didn't you?
I tried really hard.
Valentine's Day.
And I almost succeeded. So on Valentine's Day, I was cutting the zip tie on this beautiful little cow right here on the table. And yeah, the surgery that Saturday morning. And
oh, nice.
I'm in this guy for another week, and then I go to a different splint. Then I have 6 weeks of physical therapy before I can ever even use my fingers.
Lucky you. So if you see Holly, she's not shooting anyone a bird. It's just the way the cast looks right now. But you're not up here to talk about your hurt arm or fingers. You've got something big going on. Tell me.
Yes, I am part of a group of ladies in Athens and Limestone County that are getting together to host a Greek meet for all senior girls that are planning on going to college in the fall and are interested in Panhellenic Rush.
Now, what exactly is it? What do they do?
What we're doing is we're meeting on April the 7th at 1:30 at First Baptist Church Family Life Center, and we have representatives coming from Auburn University and from UAH, and we're hoping UNA and the University of Alabama will be able to make it. And they are going to tell you what all it involves and how to go through Rush at these different schools and what the different schools offer and how to prepare for it. You know, if you're going through, you have to have these things called recs, and you have to find this magic list of how to get those sent out and whatnot, and we kind of break that down for you so it's not as scary, not as confusing. We help you get those recs instead of you having to scrape around and try to find people that you don't know. So we just kind of want to make it easier. I know when I went through Rush after high school, it was really confusing and overwhelming. So
you know, everybody does it. Everyone wants to be a part of the sororities and all that, and be included and be picked, and you have to go through all these tryouts and everything. So what are some things that you can help? Are you going to help prepare them for?
What we're going to do is we're going to basically go through and explain the different days of Rush. This is what you do to get involved. These are the things you send to your college, how to contact the Panhellenic at each college, and then we're going to tell you about what goes on day 1 through prep day and what happens each day. And the biggest point that you can think of is don't go down there with, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be this. You go with an open mind, because you may think that mom was this and grandma was this or a friend was this, but that may not be where you fit. And you're going to, it's magical how it happens, but you find the place that you are supposed to be.
And like you said, your expectations are here, and you just know that's where I'm going to be. You just know that's what it is. It's not where you want to go. You can't know that until you go through it and experience it. It's a lot of fun. It's also a lot of stressful. I recommend taking your little bag with a drink and some peanut butter crackers or some snacks in it, because you kind of need to rehydrate and refuel in between. You meet a lot of people in a very small quantity of time. All right. Again, where do they need to go, or how can they get in touch with you for additional information?
We are going to be giving out flyers at all of the high schools in the area, and those will be available for you there. Those hopefully will go out next week. And then you can also contact us at tlbrown@pclnet.net. We also have a Facebook page. It's Athens Limestone Greek Meet. And contact us there, ask us any questions. We're available to help at any time, and of course you can always give me a call, hunt me down. But it's a really great opportunity, and then we're also looking for those ladies that are alumni in the area that want to get involved with us that don't know about the organization. So
that's awesome. And of course, if you don't have time to get any of that information, to get in touch with Miss Holly, you can contact us, ztv@jamiecooper.com or 603-4848. Right now, I know Jamie wants to say something. He's standing over here just diligently working.
But did we explain what happened? You still singing in the choir at First Baptist?
I am. I was up there on Sunday. I did have to take a few weeks off since they did have to like reconstruct my fingers and all that good stuff, but I will be up there Sunday morning.
Oh,
just come see me, Jamie.
Well, I see you.
We watched the replay.
There you go.
Singing
you watched the replay.
I see you a week ago.
There you go. You know. Well, you'll see me from last week.
Okay, I see you from last week. You do a good job. Thank you for coming up. Hey, y'all know Senator Shelby was in town Tuesday morning or Monday morning at 9:30 out at the mayor's office, and Senator Shelby does all 67 counties. Well, in USA Today this morning, he had just left Florence for a breakfast. Said Republican Senator Richard Shelby reached a milestone with his 1800th town hall meeting in Florence, Alabama. Shelby has set a goal when he became a senator 26 years ago, to visit all 67 Alabama counties every year. So that would make Tom, the one he came here Monday morning after leaving Florence, the 1801 town meeting. So we were out there, hosted by Mayor Ronnie Marks. We'll go out with that video this morning. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be talking with Shut Up, and Zach will be here, and we'll get Danny Johnson. We got more video from Danny, too. Beep, beep, Roadrunner. We'll get that. Let's go out with Senator Shelby. Don't forget, Gloria says first day of spring just happened a while ago. It's springtime now. Snow coming up tomorrow, possibly. And we'll be over to Rodeo tomorrow, Special Needs Indicator Celebration Arena. Let's go out with Senator Shelby, speaking to about 30 or 40 residents here in Athens this past Monday morning on his 1800th and 1th town meeting. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank all of you for coming out here on a Monday morning. I started to go to the old City Hall, and somebody on my staff said, no, we got a new facility here near the utilities, and they're going to build another one, right?
Yes, sir.
You're a growing county. You're going to continue to grow. I've been observing you growing for the last 35 years. 35 years ago, if you're older residents of Limestone County, could you imagine Limestone County growing like it's growing? No, you couldn't, but you will, and you're going to grow more. You're part of this Huntsville, Athens, Decatur metropolitan area. Madison, the whole deal is, being an outsider from Tuscaloosa, I can't tell you something about your county or your city because, gosh, you know a heck of a lot more about it than I do. But it's good to be here. It's good to be in Limestone County. And Alan, we did all right here, didn't we?
Over 70%. So.
Yeah, we got over 70% of the vote here. We're grateful for that in 2010. That was my fifth running for my fifth term, and I'm very grateful for that. I tell people it's a great honor to be one of your 2 U.S. senators. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. It's at times it's challenging, but that's America. We're going back in session, the weather permitting, this evening. Go to Washington, but it's good to tour the state, travel the state. This 27th straight year I've had some type of public meeting in Limestone County, and I've had over 1,800 meetings since I've been in the U.S. Senate of some kind, county meetings. And it's good for me. I think it gives you access to me. I'm unarmed, but as I tell people, I do have guns, and I plan to keep them, and I want you to keep yours. I start out like that, but I'm a Second Amendment person. I've been around guns all my life. People misuse guns. But I think you got a right to a gun for self-defense, for hunting, for recreation. It's stated in the Second Amendment. But there'll always be some people who misuse. What happened in Connecticut, what happened in Colorado, but should we punish you for that? I think you need to be responsible for guns. Just like I had 2 children. One of them was an achiever, one of them was emotionally and probably mentally challenged. She taught that kid with problems to use guns. The worst thing you could ever done. Irresponsible. He winds up killing her and killing a lot of children, which is tragic. We see those horror stories. I do believe that people that commit crimes with guns ought to really pay double or triple, whatever the punishment is. Because when somebody's using a weapon to commit a crime and they get a slap on the wrist, that's no way to do it. To bore you, but this is one I carry around with me. The debt of the country. I just want to remind you, this is a great country. We're the richest country, although we don't feel like that today. Probably I don't at times. We're the richest country in the world. We produce more food and fiber than any nation in the world. We produce still more manufactured goods than any one nation in the world. But we're the biggest debtor nation in the world. Isn't that inconsistent? You remember our grandparents, our parents? They didn't like debt, did they? Debt will kill you. Well, it's killing us. 1980, 33 years ago, seems like yesterday. 1980, some of us We owed, after 200 years, folks, it took 200 years to get to $900 billion of debt. We should have done whatever we had to and paid it off. Paid it off totally. We didn't. 10 years later, we jumped to 3.2 trillion. 10 years after that, not 200 years, 300 years, we jumped to 5.6. And from 2000 to 2010, we added $8 trillion. $8 trillion to the debt. In 2010 to 13, we added 3 trillion more, $1 trillion a year. But look at it now. It's slated to go in 7 years, $10 trillion more, 26. This is the big issue in America. Now, there are many issues because this permeates everything. It transcends everything. And I feel like I need to talk with you. There's no easy answer to it. There's no resolution to it right now. But I don't believe we can bar our way to prosperity. I do want to talk about a couple of things. Then I'll open it up to you. One, sequestration, that's been in the news. It's in effect right now. That is automatic cuts across the board. Something Obama proposed. I voted against it because I didn't like the way the process, the procedure was. I like the results. It's $85 billion. We got to cut. It's a proposal to cut about $1 trillion over 10 years. That's not enough. But the way we were doing it was not smart. We were cutting programs, the bad, the good, and the ugly, across the board. What we should do is do our work and do it in a measured way through the appropriation process. Thanks to you, I'm the senior Republican and the ranking on appropriation. I'm not the chairman. I would be, like to be. If we were in control of the Senate, I think I would be. But I'm right there now at the top on the approach. We should do regular order, not the way we did business. As we speak, when I go back in session today, we'll have on the floor a continuing resolution appropriation bill. It's got 5 appropriation bills to fund defense and veterans and construction and justice, and that's under NASA and all these kind of 5 deals, Homeland Security and agriculture.
We're always hearing about IG reports talking about the waste, fraud, and abuse.
There's a lot of it.
What are we doing about it?
Well, probably not enough. Wherever there's money, a lot of money, whether it's defense, whether it's agriculture, whether it's Homeland Security, whether it's NASA, wherever it is, food stamps, you name any program, there's going to be fraud if there's money. Somebody's going to try to game the system and do. I don't believe we do enough or make examples enough.